This hotel seems to have a little bit of an identity crisis. I've said in a previous video that with some hotel chains, if you put me in a room blindfolded and I took the blindfold off, I could probably say where I am. For example, Premier Inn, Holiday Inn Express, Ibis, they're generally pretty much all the same. But this particular one seems to be a bit of a mismatch of all sorts of things. So what is it? Hi, it's Craig. Welcome back to Craig's Life and welcome to the Ibis Preston North. Now, I've just said in the introduction, this hotel seems to have a little bit of a identity crisis. Hotels this size, the Ibis, the Holiday Inn Expresses, most of them are franchised and are owned by individuals or local businesses under the brand of Accor or IHG or whoever. This particular one has quite clearly been a Holiday Inn Express, but is now an Ibis. But unfortunately, looking at the pictures on the booking site that I use, which as you know is hotels.com, some of the rooms scream Holiday Inn Express. Others, you look at them and I think, that's Ibis. What about this particular room? Okay, so before I start, I'm going to put a couple of pictures up right now. So these are pictures from the hotel.com website. So the first picture I'm going to show you is one of the rooms which looks very much like an Ibis room. So when I've stayed in Ibis hotels, this is what I expect the rooms to look like. The next picture I'm putting up now, this is a Holiday Inn Express room, one of the ones before they've been refurbished, and what I would expect a Holiday Inn Express room to look like. Right. Now let's have a look at this room. So here's a view we see as we walk into the room, and if I just move forward a little bit and pan round to the bed, that to me screams Holiday Inn Express. So it has the headboard of a Holiday Inn Express, it has the light fittings of a Holiday Inn Express, it has the furniture of a Holiday Inn Express. All this is a unit that I would expect to see in a Holiday Inn Express. Now, I met up with a colleague last night who said that this had actually been an Ibis for quite some time. So some of the rooms have been done, but not all of them. So I guess this is just work in progress. If we just turn back on ourselves, the style above the mirror, this unit here is all the sort of things I've seen in a Holiday Inn Express. But if we look at the emergency evacuation information, and all of this, this is clearly an Ibis hotel. Having a quick look here in the bathroom, this particular type of layout, again, is very common with Holiday Inn Express. Okay, so now that I've got a room which is very Holiday Inn Express in an Ibis, is that a problem? Well, as a matter of fact, no, because as I've already said, these companies who own these hotels do change their franchises every so often, but then they would have to meet the criteria of whoever they're franchised to. Looking at the pictures for the reception downstairs, I'll put a picture up now from the hotels.com website. It looks nothing like this anymore. It's made to look more Ibis, but you can see that it's actually been in real life done rather cheaply and rather quickly. So instead of quite a nice counter as you see on the picture, you've actually got what looks like bookcases that have just been put together with fake brick type wrapping paper or wallpaper literally just stuck to the back of them to make it look like a wall, which is quite a cheap and nasty way of doing things. If we have a closer look at some of the things in this room, there's quite a few things that I don't really like about it. Have a look. The curtains, for example, are not attached, so they just go all the way over. This is a little bit worrying, all the way down here. It makes me wonder if that's been forced. Toilet's in a constant state of flush, albeit a little bit, but it's in a constant state of flush. Other things I don't like about this hotel, there's a funny smell. There's a strange smell in the room. It's a bit chemically in the bathroom. as you're walking down the landing to all the rooms, it's a weird smell, and I can't, it's not a bad smell, but it's just weird, and I can't put my finger on what it is. You probably guessed from looking around, I was actually in the hotel last night. So there's no power sockets next to the bed. There's no phone in these anymore. The Holiday Inn Expresses used to have a phone. Also, the thing with Ibis versus Holiday Inn Express, you don't get free breakfast in Ibis where it was free in Holiday Inn Express. The Wi-Fi is not too bad. It's pretty good. The bed was comfortable. This is the style bed that are used in Ibis. So it's actually quite a thin mattress, but it's memory foam, so it's actually quite comfortable. Bit of dodgy camera work there, sorry about that. But the hotel as a whole, I said there was a funny smell. It is actually very, very clean. I'm wondering if there's work being done here. Where am I from where I am? I'm just north of Preston. I'm just off the M55 motorway. The centre of Blackpool is about 14 miles away. Well, from here to Blackpool Tower, which is fairly central, is about 14 miles. You've also got somewhere to eat. You can eat actually downstairs, although it is a limited menu. However, there's a Hungry Horse pub just next door, and I ate there last night and met my colleague, and the food there was actually very, very nice. So you've got that option there as well. Now we come to the point where I think, would I stay here again, and what score would I give this hotel? So, would I stay here again? Yeah, maybe, if there was nothing else. It's not one I'm going to run to. It's not reflective of all hotels within this chain, either Ibis or Holiday Inn, which this used to be. But it's not one I'm going to rush back to. But if the option arose and this was all there was, then yeah, I probably would. So on the scale of 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, where does this one sit? Well, for me, this isn't perfect. There's no wow factor. You don't have many of the features that you do in a lot of other hotels. This is only a 2 for me. And the things that put it off, there's a funny smell. It doesn't look like the pictures. It's obviously work in progress. I think the reception looks cheap and tacky. And from the pictures on the website, they actually look nicer than it does down there right now at the moment. Plus side, it is impeccably clean. I haven't come across anything that would criticise it otherwise. I think that might be the chemically smell in the bathroom, that might be cleaning materials. So I can't fault that. The bedding is comfortable, there's no problems with that. But for me, this is one of those where, meh, yeah, it'll do. But it's not one that I'm going to be in a rush back to come back to. Having said that, there are Holiday Inn Expresses and Ibises I've stayed in that I will rush back to because they are very, very good. But sadly, this isn't one of them. So this is actually the Ibis Preston North in Lancashire, and just for reference, this has actually cost me £152 for 2 nights. So that is actually quite a lot of money. It's the middle of September 2023, so bear in mind there were other hotels in the centre of Preston closer to where I'm working for a similar price. Sadly, they were full and they would have been better than this. So it is also been a little bit pricey. So sadly, this hasn't been the best choice of hotel for me. But, you know, it's a place to bed down. I can get a decent night's sleep, I can shower, and I can go and get something to eat. So on that score, it's not too bad, but it's just nothing special. But anyway, there we go. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one, right here on Craig's Life. See you later. Bye.